Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Addison, whatever time you're listening, and thank you for joining us for our ASD Chat for All podcast. We have lots of fun and exciting things on the horizon for Addison School District 4, and this podcast allows us the opportunity to connect with our parents and guardians, families, and community to celebrate our students, their accomplishments, and so much more. Your hosts for this podcast are ASD4 Superintendent Dr. Nick Sutton and myself, Dean Constantopoulos. You interested in hearing more about what's going on in District 4? Come on in and have a chat. Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you for joining us again for another episode of our ASD Chat for All podcast. My name is Dean Constantopoulos. I'll be one of your hosts this afternoon, and I'm joined with my co-host, Dr. Nick Sutton. You know, I have to ask you, I don't know if you noticed this, but of course you noticed it. This is my lead-in. So last Friday, there was some stuff going on in the community. Did you happen to notice what was going on?
Yes. No, for anybody that is wondering what we're referring to, we did a big community, full district, full-on scale, as realistic as it can be, like school shooting, reunification, safety drill. It was intense. It was intense. It was quite the undertaking, but it's necessary to be as prepared as we can possibly be for the almost 4,000 kids that we're privileged to be able to hang out with each day. So
that's right.
Yeah, that was quite the experience.
And and that's something that I'm sure a lot of the community is interested in learning more about. And rest assured, it is something that we will be talking about here on this podcast. Yes. However, that is not the topic of today's podcast. Today, we actually have an awesome guest with us. We have Bianca Magaña. Is that correct?
Yeah, that is correct.
She is the Assistant Director of Biliteracy here at Addison School District 4, and we're so happy to have you. So thanks for joining us.
Yes, thank you for the invite. I'm very excited to be here.
Awesome. Well, so then let's hop right in. So we know who you are, but for anybody who is listening, tell us a little bit about yourself. So tell us who you are and tell us about your background in education.
Yeah, definitely. So my name is Bianca Magaña. This is my second year here in Addison, but my first year as an Assistant Director of Biliteracy. I was previously the instructional specialist, supporting and collaborating with teachers in the dual language program, specifically with the primary grades. But before that, I was a district instructional coach for dual language. I was supporting district-wide. But that role was a little bit different, as I was also helping in rolling out the dual language program in that district, as it was fairly new there. And also a curriculum writer. You might have heard of the term BOOF, which is our biliteracy unit framework. So I was a big part of that process in my previous district. But before I was in a coaching role, I was a third grade dual language teacher. So my entire experience has been in dual language.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting to now be able to support multilingual learners across the entire district, not just in a dual language program, but in all classrooms.
Oh, that's awesome.
Very cool. So, man, you started out as a third grade teacher, and then you were in a position that was really just supporting teachers. Now you're an administrator.
Yes.
What made you want to do this position? What inspired you to apply for this position? And now that you have this position, a year from now, what are you hoping to say, look what we accomplished?
That is a great question. As I moved from a classroom teacher to a coach, one of my main goals was I wanted to continue supporting students in the community at a wider range. So then moving into this new role as an assistant director, as I had said, now I am supporting multilingual learners across an entire district, not just our students, but also our staff members and our community. So my goal is to continue to inspire and continue to help others in learning how to support our language learners, because I am also a language learner myself. And I've been through some challenges through the school system, so I want to make sure that when our students are going through our programs here in Addison, they feel supported, they feel seen, as that's something that I also needed as a student, so I want to make sure that I support them as well here in our district. So very excited to continue supporting not just students, but across all stakeholders.
Well, that's awesome. And you kind of touched on this, but that what you said just leads kind of into the next question here. So I know that the Director of Biliteracy position is still relatively new, and the fact that we added an Assistant Director of Biliteracy biliteracy just shows the importance of those roles here in the district. So tell me your thoughts. You told me a little bit already, but tell me a little bit more about why you think these roles are so integral here at ASD4.
Yeah, definitely. So one of the main reasons I wanted to join into the assistant director role here, specifically at Addison's, I've noticed that the community here is changing and we have a high number of language learners. So I want to make sure that with these new roles, we're able to support and be able to provide those necessary resources and be able to meet the needs of all learners. And also with our staff members, we have a lot of staff members, also a very diverse group of stakeholders here in our district. So being able to be in this role, I'd be able to support them in various areas.
Yeah, well, that's so good. And you know, like you said, I know that a lot of our staff they experience a lot of the same things that you were mentioning. Like a lot of our teachers have children that are language learners. So, and maybe some of them don't have personally all of the skills that they need to give these students the best education that they need. So it's awesome that we have people in our district that are able to kind of support and give those supports to teachers and students. So thank you for sharing that.
No, I love it. So you mentioned curriculum stuff. You mentioned students being seen, and you touched upon the very evolving student demographics that we have that have rapidly changed, frankly, the last 10 years. So what are some of your goals that you're really hoping your biliteracy team will be able to accomplish this upcoming year? Anything out there for any parents of dual language students that you're like, I really want them to know this?
Yeah. So actually today we have a very exciting event happening for our new kindergarten families. We have what we call our dual language kindergarten family orientation, where our parents will be coming in and learning more about the goals of the program and also how it would look like long term. So we have we'll be presenting on how the classroom structure will look like in kindergarten as well as all the way up to when they graduate high school. So I'm very excited to be able to meet a lot of the family members and also an opportunity for them to get to know each other. As a classroom teacher, I saw those connections that our families had in our dual language program. So it's a great opportunity for them to start networking with each other and be able to learn and support each other through this program.
Yeah, that's so cool. Just having those networking experiences really makes all the difference. That's so great. So let's just say we have parents listening now and they want to know more about the biliteracy program. They want to know more about these goals that you have. What's the best way that somebody from the community could reach out to you?
Yeah, definitely. So I have a Twitter account, so you could definitely message me there it's at B_Magaña 3. And then also through my email address, bmagana@asd4.org. But we also are hoping to update our district website as well for our multilingual department. So we'll be able to have various resources for our families to be able to access very easily through there.
Awesome. Thank you. And Nick, same question to you. If families want to reach out to you about burgeoning programs or anything going on in the district, how can they reach out?
Absolutely. District email like everybody else, and Sutton at asd4.org. And I get to tease our guest a little bit. It's not Twitter anymore. Remember, it's X.
It is.
Right. You're hanging out on X, so you can find me on X at Dr. Nick Sutton. Dean, what about you? Where are you hanging out these days?
I'm glad you said that because I was about to say Twitter as well. But you can also find us on X at Addison SD4. Well, thank you, Bianca, so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And it sounds like the biliteracy program has a ton of cool stuff coming up in the future. So we're really excited to look forward to that. So thank you.
Thank you.
And for everybody listening, stay tuned for next time. Thank you for tuning in to our ASD Chat for All podcast. Check us out at www.asd4.org, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts for more. We'll be back soon with another episode, so stay tuned.